They go after our finances. They go after our culture. Now they go after our bodies. The leftists have to be stopped. And a stopping point could be here in Hartford. I'm Mark Stewart, sometimes known as Stewart for Hartford, and this should stop in Hartford. This is a day one, if I'm elected, proposal to the legislature because it needs to be immediately changed. It is the law that stupidly and evilly, in fact, requires education institutions here in Connecticut to make accommodations for boys and girls according to the sex they feel like they're in. Feel at the moment. This is a transient thing. 50 years ago, this would be unthinkable. But because adults who should be able to say no don't think that no is a palatable word to sensitive kids, we indulge their feelings and don't do what's right. What's right for a poor kid who is temporarily feeling in the wrong body. Or maybe it is long-term. It might not be temporary. And we so feel for these youngsters. But we shouldn't indulge them into a course of action like adding hormones or taking away hormones, or literally changing your body with surgery that can't fully change who you are anyway, okay? You were born with a level of testosterone, a level of bodily composition, and certainly a difference in brain qualities depending on your sex. And it's a beautiful thing that God has created. And those who don't feel it's in a beautiful state now should be told to work with it. Make it better. For God's sakes, there are people born with a lot worse circumstances. 3 limbs, or blind, or an inability to speak. Okay? And they work it. They work with it. Adults have lost the sensibility that we're supposed to have. So, when a boy who temporarily thinks he's a girl asked to be competing against girls because he wants to beat girls, we should say no. There are standards. When a boy who feels again like a girl and wants to dress and undress in the bathrooms and locker rooms with girls, we must say no. And we are saying no for the vast majority of girls who don't want to have that invasion. Now, to some extent, we're even saying no for your sake, because by saying yes and indulging surgeries or hormone replacements, we're probably putting you on a path that leads you closer and closer to suicide. The statistics about transgender youth in America, the number of suicide attempts rivals nothing else in the Western world in 70 years. The only thing that exceeds their plight, people taking on suicide more frequently, was Jews in Holocaust Poland who took their lives rather than live it out, or maybe die out, in an extermination camp. That tremendously high suicide rate should right there be a big beacon. Stop indulging fantasies. Stop indulging feelings when we know better and can work with your feelings to be better. I'm Mark Stewart, Stewart for Hartford, and StewartForHartford.com.